You see, NDC members of parliament on the appointments committee and in parliament generally must understand in clear terms that their vote, the power they exercise in parliament, does not belong to them. It belongs to the electorate who have given it to them to go to parliament and work on their behalf. If they start thinking that their vote belongs to them, if they start thinking that the power they exercise in parliament belongs to them and not the electorate, they will be shocked at the next elections. The next elections are only 4 years away, and everybody is watching them very closely. They will be shocked to realize that even their primaries will be very tough for them if they don't behave properly in parliament. If they go to parliament and make all kinds of unreasonable and foolish compromises, leading to the approval of persons that everybody can see are not fit to be ministers and so on, they will bear the full consequences. Of course, they must know their party better than me. They must know the mood in their party better than I am. I'm only urging them to be guided by the mood of their party and party members. And also, ultimately, the national interest. If you go and sit on the appointments committee, or you go and sit in parliament, and make all kinds of hanky-panky deals, and approve ministers, not new ministers, ministers who have been in office before, whose performance everybody knows, and they go and they repeat their performance, who are you going to blame? In the next election, would you have the moral courage to come and tell us that things didn't go well when you are the people who approved them and put them there? NDC members of parliament should look sharp. Listen, my brother, there is something that I have never been able to understand. Maybe Alhaji Yunus Hussaini can understand. Me, I can't understand. I've watched vetting of ministerial appointees from 1992. Every time, when the appointments committee meets, we know who has been approved and who has not been approved. As we sit here, the appointments committee has gone through more than 20 ministers. And yet you haven't heard of any decision to approve or to disapprove. What are they waiting for? You know, this situation has led to some speculation. Many people are sitting on 10,000. They're asking, but how come that the deliberations have been going on all this time, and it appears that no decision has been taken yet as to who has been approved and who has not been approved? I know many members of the appointments committee who are on the appointments committee. They are my friends, you understand? From both sides. I talk to them. I want to believe that they are as decent as I see them. I want to believe that they will do the right thing. But on the ground, the grumblings have started. The grumblings have started that somebody may be playing a game. It is up to them to prove those grumblings wrong. It's up to them to prove those grumblings wrong. My brother, all of us, whether we are in parliament or we are journalists or we are doctors or we are whatever, we have our biases and personal interests. All of us. In fact, the four of us on this panel this morning, all of us have our biases and so on. The mark of a public officer, the distinguishing mark of a public officer, is when we are able to rise above these biases and preferences and so on and act in the national interest. Look, this vetting is happening in the full glare of the public. We are seeing those who are lying on oath. We are seeing them. You can't hide it. Everybody knows who lied on oath. Everybody knows those who haven't got a grasp of the ministries for which they have been appointed. We all see it. Everybody sees the few who are performing excellently and so on. Don't let any member of parliament think that they are smarter than the rest of us. They are not. In this matter, the NDC is disadvantaged. The NDC is disadvantaged because as for the MPP members of parliament, this is what their president has presented. And going by the norm and so on, nobody is expecting NPP MPs to go against their president. Indeed, the people of Ghana were so excited when we got the equation we have in parliament, 137, 137. And people thought that this would give the NDC an opportunity to demonstrate what they are capable of. If the NDC throws this chance away, why would anybody vote for them again? If the NDC does not exercise this power in the interest of the people of Ghana and goes and makes deals and so on, it will be up to them. You understand what I'm saying? If the NDC does not make use of the power it has gotten from the numbers in parliament to do the right thing, to do what is in the national interest, and it goes and engages in all kinds of deals and so on, why? Do you think that the people of Ghana are fools? You think that the members of the National Democratic Congress are fools? You think that the grassroots people who campaign to make you MPs, they are fools? Let them take note. The NDC members of parliament must understand in clear terms that the responsibility on their shoulder is a huge one and that they ought to discharge it with excellence. I think they can do it. I hope they can do it. I want to see them do it. But if they don't, there will be serious consequences.